still getting over having pneumonia, but it's a weekend and I want to do things because I'm bored. And so I don't want to go too far. Last time I did, I came home with pneumonia. And so I'm going to go out in my backyard. I've got some blooming oranges. I've got things draped all over the place because we have painters back there in theory. And I'm just going to start shooting some pictures and see what comes out. So let's go out back. And we're back inside. I have here the pictures I took. My husband's wandering around in the background. He's feeding part of the menagerie, the tarantula part of the menagerie. We have a lot. So I was lucky enough to be joined outside by our girl Allie, who found a glove that had been left behind by some of the painters and had a lot of fun running around, not listening to me when I told her to drop it. So I just sort of bowed to the inevitable and took pictures of her. I also took pictures of some plants and some things. The light's doing some interesting things, so I got some interesting shots. I kind of like this. We've got some ears, but the shadows are doing something funky. We've got, quite a few interesting things. Got some good ears there. But the one that I'm most happy about, actually, and you'll see this in a moment, I'll get up to it, is this one. And this is the one I want to play with because my subject is completely black. But I love this composition. We've got the happy dog coming straight for me. We've got the glowing background. It's just a fun picture. And I think if I can make, if we can actually see what's going on in the foreground, which I think I can bring that out, then I think it'll be a great shot. So the trick is going to be to retain that sort of glow that we have going on in here while also enhancing the darkness that we've got going on in here, but still keeping a lot of the interesting shadows that we've got going on in here, which I can do with masks or potentially, but I want to see what I can do with just some point curves first, and then see if I need to do any masking. So I'm gonna grab my point curve tool. We're gonna take a look at Allie here. We're gonna brighten her, and okay, now we have a gray dog. Fantastic. Well, that's getting a little better. So what I've basically done, I picked up a black point, and we can see here that I have just picked up the black point from the bottom, from the very, very bottom. So let me try taking a point that isn't completely black and lifting that up a little bit. Okay, a lot. And I know this is going to lose a lot of that cool white or that awesome white that I was really enjoying. So I want to pull that back down. And the midpoints up here I want to pull back down too. And so now what we've got is a very great picture. Okay, not loving it. So what I'm going to do, and also this back here is doing some weird things. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to look at the greens. I want these greens in the shadows. Oops. I want no, that's not what I want to do. That's midpoints. I want this midpoint to be greener by a little bit. All right, that's looking a little better. Let's lift up some of the, let's pull that. that's looking a little less flat. Over here, we're looking a little weird colored. Let's pull that to more natural color. And see, this is also bringing out some of her color too, which is good. Okay. All right, I think I'm going to stop messing with point curves because I think I want to make some more global changes. I want to pull up my highlights a little more. I don't think I want to mess with my shadows. I want my whites to be bright. I want my blacks to be pretty dark. No, I don't. I want my blacks to be light, but I want my shadows deep. Because one of the things that was cool about this photo was the contrast. Let's bring up the exposure just in general a little bit because I think it was slightly underexposed to start with. And so now we've still got that cool contrast, but we do have that glowing in the plastic there. And I think what I'm going to do, I think I am going to start going into the masking. And rather than selecting just the subject, which I could do, and it creates a mask of, you know, it figured out where she is. And yeah, that is about the, you know, yeah. But instead of doing that, I'm just going to undo that. I think I'm going to do a radial gradient just of her face. And this area right in here. And I'm not going to make a lot of changes because I very much just want to be able to see her without necessarily changing the overall contrasty feel. I'm really into chiaroscuro. That was like the best thing that was going on in art ever. Let's pull up her white, get her nose going on in there. But you know, we have a face, we do want to actually see the face. So what I'm going to do now with this mask is I'm going to take it and I'm going to duplicate and invert it. And on my mask one inverted, everywhere else, I'm going to just push that contrast a little bit, pull down my highlights some, just push that glow, pull down on my shadows, push up on my whites a little, pull down on my blacks. Oh, there we go. That's starting to look a little better. So now we can see her face, but we still have a lot of this nice glow. And because I used that gradient, it still looks reasonably natural. Kind of. So let's come out of the masking area here. Let's see what we've done with it. We can very quickly take a look at where it started, where it is now. I don't like how yellow it's gone. So let's do something about that. Let's go to the white balance down here. Let's make it a little bit more blue because it was a very cool color. We can probably pull up some of the vibrance and the saturation. But I have this orange dog who needs to be more, you know, she's pretty, yeah, let's make her kind of a big deal here. Let's let her glow a little bit. Whoops. Mostly what I'm doing is making the tape glow. Fantastic. It's not exactly what I want to do. She's kind of reddish. Let's see, what colors are actually in her? Probably some yellows. Make my blues a little bit bluer. We've actually got some blues up in here, which is fascinating to me. Let's desaturate that a little bit. It's a little unnatural looking right now. But I like the way it's glowing, so let's make it a little more luminant. Now let's see where we are compared with original. Yeah. All right. Now we're still looking a little flat. Why is that? All right, I think because the tone in here, like if I were to go look at this in black and white, yeah, my tones here and here are about the same. So to get that cool contrast that I'm after, I need to make a lot of this darker. And I'm going to accomplish that. Maybe with some point color. Let's do that. Let's pull the luminance on that stuff down. There we go. And now we can do another point color on Miss Allie here. And she can be like there. We can make her more saturated and a little more luminant. I don't think she needs to be that darker. I think she needs to be more yellow, actually. And we're still looking. Is that better? That is a little less flat, I think. Let's go up here. Oh, I'm digging the point color. This isn't something I've played with much before. There we go. Now we can see her face, but we still got a lot of glow, and we've still got a lot of that dark, light, dark, light, dark, light. Here's where we started. Here's where we are. Now this stuff's kind of ugly and gross. So I am, in fact, going to go down here, and I'm going to give us a little bit of a vignette, because I think that goes nicely with this picture. Just kind of decrease and center in on her. I may do, no, I don't think I'm going to do any cropping, because I do like her jumping out of nowhere into this area. Let's make this plenty round and increase the feather. To increase the highlights in there. Push that. There. There. That's fun. Oh yeah, there we go. That's a lot of fun. Okay. So I'm pretty pleased with that. Let me know if there's any of these other pictures that you happen to see that you'd like me to enhance. But in the meantime, there's my fun picture of Allie. Hope you enjoyed. And see you next time. You want to go outside, Allie? Allie, you want to go outside? Outside. Do you want to go outside? Can you press the button?
She hasn't made that logical leap yet.
She has not made the leap.
So I just keep pressing the button and go over.
Can you touch it? Can you touch it? You almost did. Can you do that again? Come on. Okay, close enough. Here we go.